Hello, we're just waiting for the tea. Ciao, another time. Ciao, Belle. How you doing? We are doing around soon here. And, yeah. Cool dude. Thank you so much, cool dude. Thank you, cool dude. Cool dude is cool. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Cat Peasant dumped a whole bunch of subs. So we're only 43 points away from our sub goal now. All right, so tea's ready. I'll be back in a tick. Okay. All right. That was a quick launch, but I had to spend some time with the bunny, get him some more snacks, and see how he was doing. He's doing maybe okay. It's really hard to say. Touch and go with bunnies. So, anywho, what were we doing? Okay, in the reset layout, where are we using this? In the event of a resize. Okay, so that's supposed to reset all the widgets. That makes sense. But this is supposed to reset all the widgets. Yeah, this is dumb. We're not gonna have this. If this is only used in one place, we're not gonna have this at all. Pretty good. DC, how you doing? How are you? Oh, only 14 beautiful arrows then. Fearless refactoring in Rust. So what was that? What was that timestamp on the YouTube video? What was that all about? Let me see. Let's watch a video where I go and watch a video of myself. That makes sense, does it not? Doesn't even show anything. Okay, right. Let's go there. There. Let's see. Let's copy this. So according to YouTube's, no, 033. So around here, I'm supposed to be talking about something, and we're supposed to make a video of this. Hello, peoples. All right, this is showing off the... Okay, so how long of a video can we make with this? This is kind of showing off how... Okay, so in reality, we're talking about a video ID for... we're gonna base it on this content. We're gonna re-record it. Okay, so there's gonna be a infallible results in 182 is what we're looking at here. That's gonna be the source material. And I guess we can bring the music back on now. There we go. We don't have to hear that anymore. We're done with this. We explained this. Bam, done and done and done and there. And this is gonna be sharing at a timestamp. Copy loppy. There we go. Okay, cool beans. Then we got that one squared away. And we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, so then we are somewhere, somewhere almost okay. Event context, that's going to be a path list and path list. But couldn't we do event context? Surely I must have tried that. Oh, you're not? And oh no, you're not. Oh. Really? How unbecoming. But okay. So we changed the dirty widgets to a path list instead. We're gonna rename the path list use eventually as well. Whoops. What's self? All right, it's not anything else. Ooh, hang on, that's a runtime. That means we have to do that. That's gonna be the same thing. Path list, control list. And we have one more of these things. Whoops, no we don't. Yes we do. Oh, be calm, my heart. Path list. Don't stress. Don't stress. I don't know. Sorry, maybe the audio isn't very good when I'm talking away from the microphone. Eventually, I learn how to spell path list. Right, so here's a thing. Here's a thing. I guess we can add that to path list control. That means that this guy here gets a length function. Oh, fiddlesticks. No, I won't. The number of paths in the current list. This counts. No, it's not the number of paths in the current list. That would be very different. Is empty. Backstreet. Backstreet's back, all right? Mm-hmm. You are correct. So really, we are checking for chicken. We're checking if there are... Oh, god damn it. There we go. We're checking to see if the list is empty, and that's by checking if the offset is not that, right? How you doing, Temporis? Have you had food? I've had food. I think when my child comes home, we're gonna walk up to get some things for the bunny. We had food a while ago. What did you have? I had mash. It was, I mean, mash and meat, but still. Weird flex. What? That I'm gonna walk? I know how to walk. I walk so much you wouldn't even know it. But when my child comes home, I think we're gonna maybe take a trip to the pet store and see if we can find some toys. I went and got him some more things to snack on, and he's not like super happy, but he ate the stuff, all of it, and I have some backup, and I got him a twig as well, so we'll see. Breakfast cob. Breakfast cob? Like a corn on the cob for breakfast? This makes no sense. Well, how are you doing, the 3? All right, so that one we don't need to do anymore. That's gonna be path list control here. You forgot doorstop. How many cups with different shapes? Yeah, I'm in my Pokemon face now. Or is it I got Pokemon in my face? I don't know, man. Oh, we had an Angry Pika yesterday. All these mugs are actually my kids' mugs, but they are perfect for being a streamer, so I just take her cups. Pay her in bits. All right, so now that we have all of these, now we have 25 warnings. Now we're gonna get rid of dirty widgets. We're gonna get rid of dirty widgets. No more dirty widgets. Oops. No warning there. Font rendering? Yeah, I thought that was always the case, wasn't it? That the font rendering was the big issue. Okay, we should not be able to run the example now, should we? Oh, this should have. This should be fine. This one is fine. Yeah. Wee. Oh, I'm having a bad eye day. So it depends on like what my stress levels are and everything. If they're high enough, then it's really my vision really struggles, right? So yeah, to me, it wouldn't really like fonts. If I can read it, I'm happy. I'm just gonna move on, right? Okay, now we have that other bug, right? Oh my. Yeah, we had a lot. I was like, why is this thing so large? Because we had a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so let's make this thing break. So we have a V stack. I'm gonna set the height to 2. Actually, I think Doddy reported the height being broken, so we're gonna do a container with a height of 2 instead. Yeah, that breaks. If we set it to 3, we're fine. Yeah, I've had one person recently ask me if I could increment the font size, and I did. Then I can do it again. It's not, we don't lose too much, like that maybe. What's this for you now, Riz? Is this like first of all, are you watching on a phone? Yeah, I'm using a 32-inch LG monitor, and it's pretty good. All right, that's good, Riz. I'm using a 32-inch LG monitor. That was probably about $700. It's like it was nice when I had a little bit of consulting work. It's a lot of disposable. Yeah, it's the hack font. The thing is, my struggle with fonts isn't really a real struggle, but fonts to me, I find a font that I like. I don't know why I like it. I just like the shape of it, and I use it. It has nothing to do with kerning, clarity, anti-aliasing, nothing like that. I just see a font and I'm like, all right, I like this font, right? And then I'm gonna go with it, right? I have to draw a tree as well, so that's gonna be a little bit boring, but I have to get that done today. I think you can have ligatures in Hack if you have a patched font, but I don't know for sure, right? Oh, I think they're vastly different though, D3, but to each their own, right? I would know if this font wasn't the Hack font anymore. If someone changed it to Fear code, I would notice that, right? It didn't double here, Scott, so I think that was just on your end that it looked doubled. They might look identical. So Hack has. Can you mention one D3? I'm not trying to call you out. I just wonder if you can mention one because I usually can spot these very easily. And I'll show you where they generally tend to differ. So if you know one at the top of your head, we can quickly. Monospace. Yeah, we have Monospace installed. We even ran Monospace for a second here. Let's do this. I still have the departure mono in there. Was it monospace as one font? It was not monospace. No. What was it called? I'm pretty sure I have monospace. Let's make it normal again. Yeah, I have monospace installed. What is it uppercase? It has to be. No. Damn, how can you see the family name you have to use for this? Is it monos? No, it's not monospace. The font is called monospace, right? But it's not. No. The monospace is just regular monospace font, right? That's just gonna pick the system monospace font. But there's a font called monospace. So it's monospace we're looking for. But we have monospace installed, but I don't remember the name of it. So the Partial Mono is violently different, right? This is something that I enjoy looking at, but we're not going to use that. You have to name the variant. How can we see the variants for this? All right. So if we look at the font cache list and we look for Mona. Do we have to name it monospace? Whoops. Let's have a look. Monospace neon, maybe. Grotesque Sans. Mechanical Sans. Krypton. Honestly, I thought that was Korean. Alright. But you can't fault me for believing that. There we go. Oh man, I don't like this at all. Needs to be a little bit chunkier. Blah. Blah. Alright, so it'll be one of these two. I don't like any of these. This E looks very flimsy. Not that. This is probably the best. But Slab Serif is all the Consolas clones. So this is clear to me that this is not a hack font, right? There's no part of this that's gonna make me believe this is the hack font, right? They didn't even have Rust. What's the point, right? Consola. Yeah, this one is clearly not hack either. I don't know which font you think looks like the hack font, but I don't think any of the fonts look like the hack font. No, but a font is very much a matter of taste, right? It's a matter of taste, what you like. In the sense that there's no best art, right? I mean, there's really terrible arts, there's really terrible fonts, but I think it's hard to say that it's a best one, right? But serif fonts would be fonts with feet, right? That's printing font. All right. So fonts with feet, when the font has a little foot, that's for print. You shouldn't use these in general for on-screen material, right? Unless it's a design thing, right? console is a serif monospace. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. No, I won't forget. Stop texting me. Damn it. Okay. It's weird to have a serif monospace font though. That kind of makes no sense, right? If you look at the origin of serif fonts and why we have them, you'll find very quickly reference to how these are fonts for print. Whereas it's for the screen, it's a lot better to not have them. Yeah, it's very weird to use serif for your display. Okay, so we managed to get rid of dirty widgets and managed to introduce the path. So my immediate thought here is that we need to have some kind of layout driver, which means we're kind of back to where we almost started. What happens if you press the clear CMOS button while the computer is running? There's like a little reset symbol on there. Should we? Maybe not. Do not do that. I don't wanna.
It's mine. I wanna.
The fact that it has a little reset button or reset thing on it makes me not want to push it. You need to get more people involved to gaslight me, crypto. It has happened in the past that people have managed to almost get one over on me. But so far, no. That's her job. Oh, my stomach hurts. My stomach hurts. I'm so worried about that stupid animal. All right. Focus. A ver. Let's do this. Let's see. So, okay. If we have something that does layout, did we have right access to the layout filter? So when we do a tree for each, do we have mutable access to the filter? No, we don't. And we can't either. No, we can't. Don't stress about it. It's all good. Yeah, if you shrink the font a lot, then yeah, I'm not gonna see anything, right? I remember when I was young and I could set the font size to 1 and I'd be like, yeah, look at all the text. Now, not so much. Okay, so we don't have control over the filter here. Okay, but I think I want to commit this code for now. We're just getting rid of dirty widgets now. Wow, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome back. How are you doing? How was your stream? I see that, Adrian. I didn't know that. How you guys doing? I'm just committing a bunch of nonsense here, and then we're gonna start something new. Yeah, I don't think we need to include that. We do want that to be gone. So a lot of path list stuff. We're gonna add the store path list. Push that. 8x480 screen. That is high res, given that it's an old screen, and I don't know what year exactly VT100 was when its prime, but I'm reasonably confident that 8x480 was not the default standard font back then. Got unit test working. Good work, Robotic. Good work. Did you follow DjangoCon, Robotic? Did you watch that? Was it PyCon or DjangoCon that was recently? That's fair enough. Okay, so we're kind of in the middle of doing some layout stuff, right? We're in the middle of doing some layout stuff where we have the possibility now to mark a widget as dirty. Should we see if we can get that going first? No, wait, that sounds dumb. $1978. Yeah, so the standard resolution for a computer monitor, a PC, are around 80s, 90s, like early 90s, late 80s maybe, was 320 by 200 or 320 by 240. 640 by 480 was a pretty remarkable improvement in resolution. 800 by 600 wasn't that big of a leap, but then when you could go from 640 by 480 to 1024 by 768, that was also pretty remarkable. Amices, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. How you doing? How was your stream? What exciting things did you guys get up to? You came to the party. Oh man, I thought your name was Amazon first, and I was like, Bezos, is that you? If that's you, Bezos, you're paying for the drinks. It's going all right. What did you guys do? The Fiends have arrived. Percolate. How you doing? Yeah, what did you guys do? What exciting adventure have you been on? I listen to a lot of Finnish metal. So I know fluent. I speak fluent Finnish. Right? Yeah. We had our first public playtest session of our RuneScape in classic inspired PvP game. Nice. a semi-success. You know what? Anything that's a success, has success in the name is a success rate. And all you need, yeah. You gave me German vibes. Das ist gut, yeah. I don't know. I only know German from the dark. I started watching Babylon Berlin, but I never really got into it. So I'm gonna give it another go at some point. I'm just like Bezos. I just don't have a business or money or sell products built by poor countries. So mainly just the haircut. Well, wasn't it like didn't Bezos go from nerd to Chad? Jeff Bezos before and after, right? Wasn't there like an image of Jeff Bezos as a little he went from someone who looks reasonably content with life to a registered serial killer, right? Dude's not half jacked either, right? Look at that. This is the fashion that we need, okay? This is the fashion we need. 98. That should be I sell books, I sell people. Oh, that might be a step too far. Anyway. This suit makes everyone sexy. I actually wanted to get a black suit. Like a black suit, a black tie, and a black shirt for doing my like tea with toggle. But that might look a little bit too emo, right? So I thought maybe we add some silver chains as well. Before it was found out. Money buys looks. Have you ever seen Musk before Money? No, but if Money buys looks, I don't know what Musk is doing with his money.
Ding.
All right. Hakari. No, I've not tried that. How about a full white suit though, right? And a halo on top of that. The trick is going to someone who knows how to fit your clothes. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's time I stop having my mom buying clothes for me, right? The black clothing would really pop against the chair in the background. Whoops. But we'd have a different background for that, right? So we have. Do I still have this in my? Yeah. Let's see if we can find this. This is not what we're gonna look at. We want to find this nerd, and we want to find. Don was on my stream the other day. We have this setup. This is what we would do with a black suit, right? They're gonna be playing with the mouse. All right. Hi, I'm a registered sex offender. Welcome to Jared with sandwiches with Jared, right? I don't know. Probably shouldn't say those things. You should never bite someone dressed up as a ghost. They taste like shit. Very good, Astromon. That was very good. Musk during PayPal looked like a total absolute nerd, no hair. But then at the same time, I mean, PayPal was supposed to be a mobile phone payment solution, and they just sort of pivoted into the monies. No, I mean, we should generally not trash people for how they look, right? If we did that, I'll be in serious freaking risk, man. So we're gonna be, pot, welcome, meet the kettle. Yep, we're not doing that. My deformity is when I type, Rust code kind of comes out. So, yeah, all right. So what we're doing, right, before this thing turns into complete and utter debauchery, right? I don't want to look at that link. I have no idea what that is. That's gonna be something like weird, isn't it? Anyway, sometimes Rust. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're building a terminal user interface library. I haven't talked about this for the last 5 minutes. And right now, I'm trying to work out one of the most difficult hurdles I've had. And it's not a hurdle because of the difficulty of the problem. The problem is at least a medium difficulty, whatever that means. So it's intermediate problem. But no, that's not what that means. But anyway, it's also coupled with the fact that I have grown to dislike this project with a fire passion. I want this thing to never have entered my life. I've worked on this for a couple of years. We're almost done. And sort of standing at the finish line, trying to clean up performance a little bit. Whew, man, it weighs on me. There you go, Alchemy. It's just Elon working at PayPal shortly after PayPal bought XCOM. It should be called XCOM Enemy Unknown or Tweet Unknown, right? Did you guys ever play XCOM? It's a pretty good game, though, right? Pretty good game. So anywho, we're gonna do like a change here where we can drill into the tree, make a change, and then we propagate the change out. But that implies that we can return the change or return like a state change. And I don't know if we're gonna do that. There's nothing positive about my mentality though, right? XCOM was so good. That's the second one though, right? I have a drinking challenge. Does it though? Does it? Oh man, this microphone is definitely not steady. So how can we do this, right? I'm supposed to draw a tree to use in a video today. So should we start with that, right? If we fire up Inkscape. Now look away. Bright lights are coming, okay? Until we fix this. Well, that is that is one way of fixing it. I don't think it's supposed to be this small. Control-Shift-D. Where's the background? It did not work. Oh, no, it changed that background, you idiot. All right, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's just do this. And there you go, right? Flashbang averted. Damn it, almost. Oh, yeah. There we go, right, there we go. So I have to draw out a tree. Can we get rid of this sidebar? Where's the sidebar remover? There we go, right? It happens, right? Almost like the outdoors. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do the outdoor thing, right? So I have to draw a tree for a video. So I figured we could just draw it. Yeah, thanks. That's exactly what I wanted. No, all right. Why are you opening preferences when I click the fill? All right, Dr. Phil. And I do like blue a little bit. Not sure what shade of blue we're gonna use or how relevant that is yet. We'll fix the colors later. Let's stroke this thing with white for now. Stroke, you have no style. There we go. That'll be a node in our tree. There we go. Let's whoopsie doodles. Okay, can we get rid of the like white background here? Really, this is the one I wanted to be kind of in a darker blue region. There we go. That'll do for now. We can get rid of this thing. All right, we're gonna lump that there. These two there, these two here, and then we're gonna grab these two, find the old aligner-roo, and now be happy. What? No. Anyway, that's good enough. We'll do the same thing. Heathers. Whoopsie. Wrong button. There we go. Right, now we just have to draw the edges, right? Where's my edge? There's an edge. Okay, we're not going to have any fill color, any stroke for the edge. There we go. Beautiful tree. Okay, then we just have to flip this thing. Flippy, flippy. There we go. Okay, and then I guess it would make more sense to just grab this and copy that here instead. Yeah, that's not right, is it? That's completely whack. All right, let's get rid of that one and this one too. Clearly, an insane person drew that. And we're just going to flip that. There we go. Now, if we can make these just... yeah, that's what we were supposed to do. That's what we were supposed to do. All right, put it there. And then we can put this one there. That's probably all we need for our tree. That's all I was going to have, right? I have not had any issues. I'm good, hijo de viento. ¿Qué pasa contigo? Who needs to cheat when the enemy team has skill issue? No one, that's who. What? It seems to mostly happen when using live path effects. I don't do that apparently. Then we're gonna send these down. Down you go, there you go, down you go. Going down, are we? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is now a beautiful tree, and it's an SVG. Now we just need to get a little bit of life into this thing, okay? But I can use this to elaborate on the boring problem I'm trying to solve. So right now we have a root node in our tree, and they're going to have different paths, right? I'm not going to write out the path, but the path is composed of the indices, right? So that's going to have a path of 0, that's going to have a path of 0, 0, that's going to be 0, 1, that's going to be 0, 1, 0, that's going to be 0, 1, 1, right? Hopefully that made no sense. So we get a path, or we modify something, and now we know that that path needs to be updated. So all the widgets under that path needs to reflow. And if the path itself changes, then the parent needs to reflow. So this is what we're going to do, right? So can you tell me how to reproduce it, Freefall? Like, let me just save this out. MISC. Oh yeah, these are my drawings for other projects. So let's put this under videos. No, Rust videos. A visitor. A raw. And this is going to be graphics. This will be tree. Savey. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So if we end up getting a message that we need to modify this path, then we also need to modify these children. And if this path changes in size, then we have to modify this one as well, right? I have had 0 issues with this, but I'm not a power user. I didn't even know what live path is. What's a live path? New exciting objects. Oh my god. Exciting objects. Cool. They can be selected and adjusted in the path effect dialog. Say no more. That's all we need. That's all we need to even remotely begin to care. Path effect. Live effect. Offset. Yeah, please. Oh my god. Look at this. Mitre limit. Mitre not. Force mitre. Unit. Pixels. Rounded. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it and I look so good doing it. Bam, gone. That worked though. What defines an exciting object? If you have to ask, well, then you're like me. All right, so that was exciting, wasn't it? A knot. Can we make gaps and inverse and like change these things? You're not doing a knot. This is not a knot. All right, so that's that. But that didn't crash anything. So I'm mildly disappointed now, Freefall. You got it to crash in a different way. Tell me what you did so I can do it. We can crash this thing together. In the meantime, so that means that when we return a size, we have to return something so that speaks to propagation. I think we already kind of talked about that. So that's about returning a specific size, or like a result. So okay, let's do a path here, right? No, that's not a path. Let's do a path here. There we go. All right, let's go to path effect, stroke effect. Okay, stroke, power stroke or regular stroke. Is there a regular stroke or is it power stroke? It's gonna be a power stroke. I think it's a power stroke. Power stroke. Hi. All right. So we now done a power stroke, and then you did an undo, and then we do a undo, redo. Clicked on the LPE tab again, right? Clicking on the LPE tab. This isn't breaking. You're gaslighting me. You're tricking me. You're tricking me that I'm gonna see something exciting, and the only thing I get is boring functional software. Ugh. I don't even know. I can't look you in the face anymore. Mainly because you don't have a camera. Okay, so if we could do this, then we could stop looking at it. Okay, if we could do this, then we could. So we can get in here. So we need a way to kind of like force layout. So can we do that from our? Can we do this part of like a context? No, because it changes the filter. It all comes down to that filthy filter, doesn't it? Right? I don't know if Freefall is using Wayland or not. I don't know what Freefall is using. Okay, so for us to be able to do this, we need to do what? You're using Wayland. Ah, well, all bets are off then. I don't think Wayland is all that is cracked up to be just yet. But that it's been in development for this long and we still have these basic issues. That really feels like, I don't know what it feels like, but it feels odd and missing, right? You don't know that, Freefall. How can you know that? Can you reproduce the crash in X11 or in Xorg? Hello, Omega. So how can we do that? We do a layout and then we propagate the change, right? So upon completion of a layout, we return a result that says you're done, nothing changed, or something changed, you need to continue. How can we do that? Now, this sounds very simple, and it probably is. The issue is reacting to the change. So let's go and look inside widgets, layout, Laymo, thank you. Layout widget. So do we have access to the tree here? No, we do not. Oh, very uncomfortable. But I can't say for sure if it's Wayland or not. But I do think that Wayland is very immature, right? It's been in the works for what, like 15 years, and we still have like the most basic issues. I tried it the other day, and just restarting a program had different outcomes, right? So I started OBS with screen sharing, share a screen, restarted the program. Now suddenly screen sharing is sharing all my screens. I didn't change anything. It just makes no sense. There's so many oddities in there, right? It's like we're going back in time. If you guys remember what it was like running Linux back in the day, whatever that means for you, right? It was not like, oh, you put in a USB drive, you install it, and everything just works, right? You might have one or two issues with something, or like, oh my god, I have to configure my text editor for 10 days. But no, this is more like running Linux in the 90s, right? Like all kinds of issues that you have to scour the web for. Everyone has like different solutions to the problem. Like the solutions all feel like half-baked hacks, and I don't know, like when Wayland stopped being like that, when it becomes a pleasant user experience, I'm more than happy to swap. But right now, X is just so much better in terms of user experience, right? Kernel 2.4. Yeah, but that's okay. We still had like the PS2 for mouse and keyboard then, right? It feels like an angry toddler. Cosmic will fix it, but Cosmic would be one specific, right? Cosmic isn't a replacement to Wayland. I don't know how they're gonna fix anything, but to me, so Cosmic is a desktop, right? So to me, that would mean choosing a different desktop than what I'm used to. First of all, yes, it is. I just tried it myself. Second of all, I've seen the articles around this. We looked at this on stream the other day, but honestly, I'm not seeing it. 9% of people bitching about Wayland are using something shitty like Sway, the most broken Wayland composer ever. But what alternatives do you have to a tiling window manager? Yeah, so it's a desktop environment. So then you're stuck having to use Cosmic, right? And unless Cosmic has some kind of i3 mode, I'm not going to be interested. Near Wayland? What did you try though? I don't remember all the things I tried. Zip drive. You install Slackware from a zip drive and a floppy. You needed the floppy for the computer to understand the zip drive, and then you had zip disks. And I think Slackware was on like 2-3 zip disks, and that's what you used. Hyperland? Pfft, Hyperland is just one big bug collection. Come on, man. River, I don't know. All right. A River compositor. I see. But that is a really good selling point, right? If you want to try Sway, you just start it. It wouldn't even look in your i3 config. I don't know if Sway is the reason why shit isn't working, but this is a problem when so much stuff is such a big burden is left on the compositor if things aren't working. So if screen sharing isn't working, if that's a problem with the compositor, then yeah, we're going to have problems with Wayland in general. Unless you pick some semi-commercial Wayland, right? Compositor. So Coldberg, yeah, I thought something was different here. This is things that I don't want to deal with, right? I don't have any of these issues with i3. There's a Sway user. Well, I've heard plenty of issues with other compositor as well. But if there is a compositor that does the same thing as i3, I don't care if it's Sway or not, right? I'm interested, but it has to be a compositor that's good, right? I would need to be able to arrange my windows like I want to without having to write 60,000 lines of code, right? Yes, but I'm talking about using Sway is like using Linux back in the day. That's literally what I'm saying, right? Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Well, then that doesn't really help, right? That doesn't really help. And OBS is supposed to work with XDG Desktop GNOME out of the box. It's supposed to work with out of the box. So, all right, let's try that. Inkscape, new. And you want this to be some different... When did this change? Like, this is really weird. This shouldn't be here. Can we detach this thing? No, I don't want to export anything. I don't want to do that either. Get out of here. I want to make a new document. Where's the document properties? No, that's not the document properties. There we go. Not an A4. All right. There you go. Very much not an A4. It does not magically turn into an A4. And then we do something. Draw shape. Undo. Okay. Boop. Oh, nope. It's not an A4. Still whatever I left it as. No, it's not. You have no basis for that comment. All right? You have no basis for this comment. Tested by whom? All right? It's all good. Dark canvas in the splash screen. Nice. Without saving. All right. More importantly, how can we get this thing to work then? Ah, tea. Okay, don't mind if I do. Monkey. Yeah, but I don't want to run KDE, right? I'm sure other people do, but I was talking about my gripe with Wayland, right? And that is to not be able to use if I don't have a window manager that works the way I want it to work or the way I'm used to, then it's going to be a whole different idea to adjust to it. And I don't feel that's worth the investment when X is working, right? I think gaming on Linux is pretty damn good right now, Shenki, given the you might have to write your own window manager. If I have to write my own compositor there, then we were never gonna get anything done on this stream ever again. Everyone eventually does. That is so bad. That is literally just that's not good. If you're competing with the rest of the desktops out there with Mac and Windows, and then everyone in the dog write their own, no. You don't have to write the compositor part as we use real roots for. Okay, fair enough. Well, as long as everything works, right? People write their own editors. Yeah, that's why they have like 3 people using them as well. It's good, but not quite convincing devs to jump on the Linux yet. Well, yes and no. And I think that's more that you can now target Linux with a lot of your builds. So people do that are native Linux builds, and the Steam Deck is definitely cranking the numbers up. I think if we look at gaming on Linux from today compared to 10 years ago, it's going to be a pretty steep curve up. With the Proton compatibility layer and everything, and gaming on Linux is generally quite pleasant. Yes, there is tinkering involved, but if you're a Linux user, you can't be afraid of a little bit of tinkering, right? But you shouldn't have to do a lot of bit of tinkering and get different results when you restart your freaking compositor, right? Just saying. If that was the case, then no one would be using Inkscape. Everyone would be writing their own SVG exporting malarkey, right? That's just wrong, D3. A lot of people use existing open software. That's what we do, right? And when there's a gap somewhere or there's too much friction in one direction, then someone will create something new. You get something like Krita because Inkscape and GIMP didn't really fit the bill. But as there might be like 10,000 graphical applications out there doing similar things, but no one's using them because they don't want to maintain or get involved in some buggy software or whatever, right? They do, but that's not the majority of people, right? The majority of computer users are not programmers, right? The issue I mentioned with undo is specifically when using new template on or the splash screen you get when starting. Okay, right. Let me see if I can replicate this. Let's save this thing. Let's close. Let's quit. Let's start this again. Inkscape. All right. So we have a splash screen, and what should I do from here? New template. Do you mean new document, or is there something literally called new template? Screen 1080p. There we go. Whoops. That ended up somewhere else, didn't it? Wait, look at this. Look at this little guy. Can we not zoom in? This might be a bug. I don't seem to be able to zoom into this thing. Oh, there we go. There we go, right? skill issue. Okay, what do we do now? Yeah, I'm not arguing with that. And for it to stay used, it has to have good software attached to it. Yeah, I don't know what's healthy about GNOME these days, but let's not open that one up. Draw something. Okay. I am gonna draw some kind of modern fruit bowl. Undo. Choop. It did change to an A4. You're right. There's a bug, Freefall. Now there's a bug and a half right there. Oh yeah, I don't think just because you do open source software, you're a good person, right? Linux moment. I wonder if it does that on Windows as well, though. Yeah, for sure. Now, I'm not disputing that. Okay, now. But yeah, I mean, I guess if I can have a window manager under Wayland that does what i3 does in terms of layouts, like the basic functionality of i3, I don't even need floating windows, maybe, or maybe I do. Oh man, so much work building that. Whoa. Okay, but before you guys start scratching my itch, I need to get on with this thing, right? So should we have a look at the Inkscape? See, D3, why aren't you doing streams about this? Okay? This is what you should be streaming about. Not this, okay? Not this. This is what you should be streaming about. You should start stream, and then you should get into a conversation or a monologue talking about something, and you're gonna get a lot of people interacting with you, right? What? Yeah, I don't think he talks about controversial stuff though, right? Not any more than anyone else does. I think you have the possibility to really do. I mean, I said I don't think so. When I've watched him, he's just talking about Blizzard or something else. That sounded very sour. I didn't mean that to sound sour. I've just seen him talk about Blizzard and game dev. I am and I've seen him attack things that people are angry with, but I haven't seen him start a controversial topic where people are very, very directly disagreeing with him at the start of his topic, right? Which I think you would do. No, I think that's just you, man. Just you. I think you're missing it. I think all streamers, D3, are too tame compared to you. That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna get a large group of people really disliking you, okay? Because they disagree strongly with you. I'm not one of them. I like you. You're a good guy. But you're also gonna get a lot of interaction with people who agree with you, who strongly agree with you. So you're gonna have a very contrasting sides of your conversations, right? Yeah, but you gotta remember that he was streaming to like 400 people until he got his bump, right? And that was built up over years, okay? I reckon you can build up your following, right? You can build up your following reasonably well. Like, let's say you start off with couple of weeks with 3 to 5. I mean, like, if you really do the same thing, which I don't, Twitter, Reddit, Instagram, TikTok, just put yourself out there on these platforms with your takes. Do live streaming, do YouTube videos. You're gonna clean up, and you're gonna get so many people being entirely enraged with you, right? We're talking death threats and rage, okay? Because of your strong opinions. And then you're gonna get a lot of other people. What? Enrico! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. Wow, we are scarily close to reaching that sub goal. That is a concern. It's going to be a real concern. Thank you so much. Thank you. I went and nuked all the info on Twitch just to be able to pay. Thank you so much, Enrico. That's super kind of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very, very nice. Thank you so much, Enrico. That's very much appreciated. I'm a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie, but it's really appreciated. If I had the guts, D3, I would be as outspoken as you are on stream, but I don't have. I'm very reserved. If I don't have enough knowledge, then I tend to be shy away from a topic a little bit, right? Whereas I think that you already have read up. I don't know why the fuck you know so much about power supply units, but that alone would have been a good rant, right? I think you would do really well. I think once you get over the first bump, which is to get people to notice you, it's gonna snowball. I would predict that you would do really well. Howard Stern. I mean, just look at there are. We're not gonna mention any names here, but there are some really, really, really big people making content out there that are so detached from reality, I don't even know where to begin, right? And this is why I'm very tame. I refuse to mention these people by name, not because I'm worried that they're gonna hear that and then the one time they were gonna promote my stream, they won't, right? And I'm talking about YouTubers now, right? Not Twitch streamers. No, it's just that it's not in my nature, but it is in your nature. It is in your nature. You should definitely make use of that. Like, you have all this stuff there. You should just get it out, man. Nothing like getting your feet wet with chat. Yeah. But yeah, there are people who are like, there are people I can't stand making complete bro science podcasts, and they get loads and loads of views, right? So being disliked on the internet is apparently a merit, right? But there you go. You could just talk about that, right? I'm sure people would be well on board with it, right? Let's ease D3 into stream and start with a chat with you. Thank you so much, Haplo. Thank you so much. I have to look over to see the little bunny emote on another screen. Thank you so much, Haplo. How you doing? He the hand says hi. Oh, look at that. We got a hype train again. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's a lot of streamers that talk about controversial topics, though specifically Linux. Usually they hide behind keyboards. Yeah, I think they do. But it's not just like software and what have you. And I don't spend too much time in the just chatting category, because I stream there sometimes when I don't think I'm gonna get any programming done, but I don't really watch any streamers in that category just because I don't know what to watch. Like the first half is just someone screaming and there's like 100,000 viewers and it's just a guy going, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I am sweaty now." And then followed by girls, e-girls, which is super interesting, obviously. And then like a bunch of traveling shit. And then maybe there's some interesting people in there, but I don't find them, right? But I don't think you're going to grow through Twitch. I think you're going to grow through outside regions and then bring that crowd into Twitch, right? Hello, Human. Hi, Human, please. You're agreeing with me, right? You're agreeing with me here that D3 should start streaming and it's going to have a hell of a time doing a really controversial but interesting stream, right? You're with me on this one, aren't you? There you go, right? Goddamn right now. There you are, right? Rage fuel me, I thrive on it. Yes. Wait, why would I be hated? I'm a delightful personality that clearly everyone enjoys, right? Echo chamber, assemble. All right. No, I don't know. Well, D3, I've said this before and I say it again. I don't think I coined this, but I don't know what the origin of this is. But you are successful when people who never met you hate you, right? Is the wife home? Thank you guys so much for the... Wow, TC, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, TC. Sorry we didn't have an alert for that. That sucks. I'm sorry, TC. Let me play you an alert, TC. Just to get a bunny on the screen for you, okay? I'm gonna play a resub alert, maybe. Is this a resub alert? And the bunny just come out in a flash and starts eating. Oh, and he's not doing well. He's not doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Clash of Titan. All right. Okay. Listen, I'm a fool for thinking I'm going to get something done here, right? I'm a fool. But now, honestly, D3, I know you clean up, and I know you have thick enough skin to be able to take the abuse as well. I think you would do really well. And then you missed, Human, that he was actually streaming yesterday. That's a tree. It's a tree. There you have it, D3. You have to get set up for some kind of just chatting stream. Or you could probably do software and game dev or science and tech. I think one of those two, you could probably dominate the science and tech channel. I don't know if there's any, like, the duck stream is gone and all, right? Okay, so where are we with this thing now? We can do a layout on a given node, but we have no access to the parents from this point on. All right, and unless the tree's on the context, it is not. I don't know if it is, right? I don't know if they're like, I don't know who streams in science and tech anymore. It used to be that that's where all the programmers were, but they all left when we got software and game dev, right? So before my time, Twitch had a programming category. Then that got merged into science and technology. But science and technology had like this low effort camera pointing to duck stream all the time. And then we got software and game dev, and all the programmers moved there instead. And last I looked in like science and tech, there was like a flat earth propaganda video instead. I'm like, what the shit, man? It might be. It did nothing for me. It just felt low effort, right? But I think I was more jaded back then, right? Because you spend like 10 hours streaming, trying to make content for people for 10 hours, and then some fucker with a camera pointed at a duck gets all the viewers, and you're sitting there going like, oh, well, I'm glad I made all that effort for 3 viewers today, right? Twitch made a lot of fat ducks. Yeah, I know that, in keyboard building as well, right? There's that in there as well. So we don't have access to the tree. So I don't know what we're gonna do from this. So this thing doesn't quite work. So instead, we are gonna jump over to the runtime instead. Damn, we are scary close now. Okay, so let's find layout widget. That's gonna be in the cycle. Now, there's a little bit of a problem with this thing because we have the first cycle is going to run, and then we have a second cycle that's going to run. And the second cycle running might be a problem. Thank you guys for the hype train, by the way. That's very nice. Thank you. That means we have had 2 hype trains today. Should I just allow this thing? Oh, is this not working? Can I not? Okay. There we go, and I reloaded the chat in the process. I have not evaluated them yet. I have 5 of them. I called one of them, but they wouldn't ship internationally. So I got 5 others I'm gonna evaluate to see which one has clothes that looks like they're gonna be decent enough and that have some kind of at least publicly stated that they have some ethics so they can be held accountable. I don't think that's true at all, right? I think you do fine, right? Especially when you're gonna have people agreeing with you. Everybody has a point. Maybe you shouldn't be maybe that's not the perspective to have, right? I'm just doing you a favor, telling you everything that's wrong with you. Come back, wife. Why are you angry? An error has occurred. Get some lumbar support by inserting a tennis ball into your spine repeatedly from the inside. I don't think that's good. Like, you're gonna have proper shoes and everything for that to make sense, though. It's constructive feedback. Even better, human please. I made one of the t-shirts I made says free unsolicited advice. And that's just for situations like that. I made another one that says, I have opinions on how you should raise your child. Just because new parents are, parents have very strong opinions on how other parents should raise their kids, man. It's all funny. It's all just human behavior, right? Standing still sucks. Absolutely. You should not be standing still. You should not be motionless. Keyboard to strap you. Hang on. Let me show you this then, right? In one of the pictures, right? Let me see if we can find this picture. Let me shield Digma a little bit. Hang on. I'm not finding it. I have to dig it out then. There you go, right? Is this what you need? You can stand and then you can type holster style. I think this is Miguel. He's a really nice dude, though. You want to walk around typing? There you go, then, right? This is what you need. Oh, man. Now, I've heard, like, the best takes. Like, people who don't even know you or your child or whatever, right? They would just throw their opinions out. Oh, no, you should do this with your kid, do this with your kid. My first comment to those people is, how many kids do you have? And usually people have no kids and never had kids. Oh, but my uncle's nephew's brother, sister's dad has kids. Like, all right. With horses like that, you could walk outside while typing. Not only that, you could challenge strangers to type racer. Nintendo Power Glove. Or pregnancy, yeah. Okay, so when we run the cycle, we're gonna do a layout widget, but we're gonna grab the first widget and then we're gonna do a layout on that widget. But that's not really what we should be doing. Instead, we should be drilling into the tree and then coming back out again. And I wonder how we can do that. Exactly, Freefall. So you can sort of like stand there with your hands on your hips and like move your fingers a little bit and then type race. Okay, maybe can we sort of simulate this somehow? So we go into the tree, then we change state and we go out again, but that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any bloody sense. Stop clicking on that fucking button. Sorry, I am so angry with myself. I keep clicking on a button or hovering over a button like an idiot. And I'm playing roulette with my own brain here. That is so redundant because the Nintendo Power Glove was already better than what Thanos had, right? He had some kind of AliExpress plastic diamonds on his hands, man. And then you have the Nintendo Power Glove. The Nintendo Power Glove could do everything, right? I don't understand this. I don't think anyone uses a Nintendo Power Glove for anything these days. I think if you have one and it's in a box, you leave it there. If it's not, then it's probably broken, right? Not really, LRK. This is really just tree traversal. But the real story here, LRK, is that I get so involved in chat that I am constantly distracted. So I kind of find myself with a problem and a thought process, and I get to about here in my thought process, okay? And then I read chat, and then we're back here again, and then it's like thinking, read chat, segfault, thinking, right? So I've just been back and forth between the same issue over and over again in my head, right? I never make any progress with it. What I should do is close down the chat window, but I don't because I'm a fucking idiot, right? It happens. No, it was not a success, but the Power Glove was like massive and the target audience were children, so I don't know how they foresaw that playing out though, right? CrossFit, vegan, and language and editors, right? Progress or entertaining your viewers? You guys tell me, right? My job sitting here predominantly is entertaining you, but I also try to get things done so the community, as a community, we can build products. It's a difficult balancing act. I don't know how to swing it, right? Meme before memes, right? NES Advantage, was it though? I mean, I remember the SNES though, right? Gamepad is the arcade pad. Oh yeah. Oh no. I remember this thing. Yeah, it was this. Oh man, this brings back memories. But they also had one for the SNES, which was a little bit fancier. Was it this one? This one, Score Master, because that's one thing you're not gonna do when you turn up with this one. Yeah. And that I've never seen. This one, I think I might even have had this one. But yeah, I don't know if this one was as pleasant as the Advantage. I think this one, Actually, I think the stick had less travel, but honestly, it's been a hot minute since I saw that, so who knows, right? Guitar Hero was so good. Like me and my ex were pretty slashed, standing naked in a room playing Guitar Hero, because that's what you do when you're naked with women, playing Guitar Hero. It's just like I don't know, man. I think they are though freefall. I think not game pads, arcade sticks is a massive thing, right? I think arcade. I think arcade sticks is really big. Like it has like a big culture around it. I think because a lot of people build their own. There's like a whole maker space for arcade sticks, and like there's a lot around this. This looks like one of those like homemade thing. The arcadestick.com. There you go, right? I think there's probably quite a lot of this stuff. How to build them, mod them. There's like I reckon this is almost like a subgenre of mechanical keyboards. Not that they're connected, but like you got mechanical keyboards, got a pretty big community. I think there's a reasonable sized but slightly smaller community for arcade sticks, right? I think there's like a lot going on with these things, right? 8-bit do. Oh man, this looks a little bit tempting. Fudge, man. I just wish I could be a game streamer. Do you guys know how easy it is to be a game streamer? It's like literally no effort. You sit there and you play a game and you chill, right? Maybe you talk about your socks now and then. Programming, you have to think. You have to sit there and think about what you do. I'm like 8,000 game streamers is coming to kill me now. No, obviously not. But when I've done gaming on stream, it's like, wow, this is chill, man. There's no stress. I think the worst part would be price. Now, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, right? If you're a game streamer, the worst you're gonna have to put up with is if you're playing like an adventure game or something you haven't played, something you're playing for the first time, and people just won't shut up about it. They're like, all right, I'm gonna play this game for the first time. Go there, it's amazing over there. You're gonna, oh my god, it's gonna blow your mind. It's like watching a movie with a child that has seen it. They'll be like, you know what's gonna happen there? You know what's gonna happen there? Oh, this is so good. You have to watch this. It's so good. You're like, no, I'm fucking playing the game, man. Right? But then you shouldn't stream it though, should you? Right? So it's still on you. IRL streaming. I mean, isn't all streamer IRL streaming though, right? Oh, super hot, man. You brought it up. Damn, that was good. Oh shit, Londo, are you in the chat? No, it's not. Oh man, I want to know if Minxie, are you here? I want to know if Londo got super hot in the end. I could just ask him on Discord, right? Let me just at him. Video games. All right. Oh, there you are. You still don't own Superheart? Oh man, I just want to hear your take. I keep forgetting about it. I want to play it, but after the stream, I have to go and buy bunny toys, and then I have to hang out with the bunny to make it unsad again. Okay, so right, I'm not getting anything done that I should be doing. So I wonder if we should do something else, right? Oh yeah, I used to work with .NET. Do you have any advice if I have to tie some new async Rust code I wrote into a .NET application? Man, when I was working with .NET, just when I left, I think .NET 5 was new, and parallel lists was just added, right? Like the peak of my .NET career, we used link to SQL, like a couple of chumps. So it's hard to say. But how do you interop with your C# application, right? Yep, other things you have to spend money on. Too right, Londo. Too right. like a bigger room so you can play super hard in there. All right, good luck, D3. May the spine be with you. So, do you guys have anything else we can do? I regret nothing. And then, did you? You know what? Sex? I don't know, man. It seems a little bit weird to engage in that when you're solo streaming, right? I mean, it just means I have to do all the work. The application is a Windows presentation foundation, and the new code is a TCP service that will receive data that needs to be displayed. Okay, so are you interacting with the application over TCP, right? So your Rust code and your .NET code is connected together via TCP. Is that it, right? What streams do you watch, Rizbus, when you have these emotes, right? Yeah, I don't know, right? I don't know what we're gonna do next then, okay? Should we just trash the stream and do something completely stupid, right? I don't have the connection to the Rust code. I have experimented with standard in-out pipes. It depends on where it's gonna run. Like, as far as I know, you have like Unix pipes on Windows now. I don't know if that's a viable solution, but you're gonna get pretty decent performance that way. If you're gonna run this on Linux, someone did a benchmark earlier this month at some point with sharing information with IPC, inter-process communication, right? And they used memmap for best performance. And I don't know if that's an option for you. If both are running locally, then at least Unix pipes, right? Yeah, don't stand for that. Like, just stand for like an hour or so, right? It's in This Week in Rust. You did not link it now. But it's in, this is This Week in Rust, okay? This is what This Week in Rust looks like. It looks like a phone, surprisingly. Yeah, I'd say Unix pipes is probably a good shout. So what's your take on using them correctly then, D3? What does that entail? No, you can't beat memmap, but memmap is unsafe to use. There are safe crates around it, but you're probably still gonna have some unsafe code in there, and you can cause damage with memmap, right? Memmap isn't like the most sane thing to work with, as far as I remember. That seems very odd, right? So if you have to shove an 8K buffer every time, that sounds like someone is not flushing the output, right? But this becomes a question of how you structure your data, right? If you're building something where you can afford a delay in your transmission, then you can group up your data, and every n milliseconds you push whatever you have over the wire, right? Or over the pipe in this case. There's no wire involved. But if you have like a really chatty one, then maybe it's down to not flushing it. I don't know. You're flushing twice the native memory page for your arch time. I believe you, Leeds. So what's the buffer size of a Unix pipe then? And is this uniform? This sounds like a kernel config. It can't be a hard-coded value for Unix pipes buffer size. That doesn't make sense. Supposed to transfer images. You know what, Cool Duck? In that case, since you're running it locally, I would just transfer the file path instead. I mean, why would you copy the image several times? Just transfer the file path to the image. That does not compute, Enrico. It's not uniform, and I don't think you can change the basis control. You have to be. There has to be. Okay, let's have a look. Right, Unix pipes. Unix pipes default. Unix domain sockets default buffer size. Right. The default buffer size for TCP, but not for Unix. The value can be read or written at runtime. Okay, the value can be read and written at runtime. Is this value always set the same across different kernels, or is there a range of possible values? The default is not configurable, but it is different between 32-bit and 64-bit. The value appears to be written so as to allow 256 packets, 256 bytes per packet, accounting for the different per packet overhead structs with 32-bit versus 64-bit pointer integers. So there it is, right? 212 kilobytes. Hello, Ethan. No, I think we're good though, Ethan. I was just saying this thing, right? My attention keeps collapsing because I keep reading chat and I keep going back to it. So that's a really good idea. The default buffer size are the same for both the read and write buffers. The per packet overhead is a combination of struct and shared info. So it depends on exact size of these structs, run up slightly for alignment. Okay, that's talking about the overhead. If you set a non-default socket buffer size, Linux doubles it to provide for the overhead. This means that if you send smaller packets, less than 576 bytes, you won't be able to fit as many bytes of user data in the buffer as you had specified for its size. Actually, I'm a little bit confused by this. So the default are the same for both. With the overhead. So this is, okay, this is defined here as 256. So you would have to recompile it? Is that it? So how did you change it then? Or are you talking about TCP UDP now? But either way, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So if you are writing, where are you? If you're writing images, cool duck, then I'm guessing that you write the images to disk at some point. So just share the file path there instead, right? It's a little bit like how we store images in a database. We don't. You store them on disk and then you store the path in the database. Because everyone knows how good the idea of storing pictures in a database is. Yes, there are databases for this. I'm talking about your average Postgre or Microsoft SQL Server or whatever, right? Yeah, for TCP UDP, you can tune that thing to the cows come home, right? That's got a lot, right? Named pipes, yeah. I don't need to store them on disk unless the user wants to keep them. In that case, if you can use memmap and write the entire image into memmap, that would be pretty fast then. I think that seems like, wouldn't that be a winner if you can use memmap? So you memmap a significant amount of storage space that you can write however many images you need to before you dispose of them, right? Ah, right. Yes. And let's see, what would be a good place to start there, Cool Duck? I don't know what background you have in computing. First of all, you're about to embark on something really cool and interesting. Map can be insanely fast, and like you could do like really cool stuff with it. Okay, let me find where. This is probably not the best place to start unless you're really used to reading this stuff. I think maybe looking at crates. I think this one might be the one to look at. And I guess this one has not been updated in a while. Yes, I would start with this crate. Cool duck. And then just hop into the documentation. You have examples and everything there. And once you get something running, like write some kind of test where you can... Oh, hang on. I got this one for you as well. Let me share this one with you as well. There we go. This. A map sync. Is this thing preferred over Map 2 then? Unless you were hanging out with me on the toilet, we're gonna have a very awkward conversation if you did. But you did not share then. Okay, so maybe this thing is even better. But if you start here, all right, you can read about basically they're doing what you're thinking about, right? Inter-process communication, okay. But you have to do this with .NET as well. But I'm guessing C# map would be a thing, right? Yeah. Oh, come on, Microsoft, sort your shit out. But yeah, this is a good place to start, and they will share their program for doing this with. See, that is shared memory, which I think this is Linux only. I'm not sure. And then you have... All right, no, it was before that one. Yeah, man. Here. Why aren't these links? All right, whatever. This one is showing you how to do like a map thing, right? But just take all this information, Cool Duck, and you just use it to shape a picture of how you can use this. And I'm sure you're gonna find a pretty cool solution. Let us know how you got on with it, though, because I'm interested. Really? Anyway, any hoodles, oodles, or poodles, let's do... so we did the benchmarking thing. I'm not going to get this done, right? Am I? We're not going to get this done. So should we change to do something else then, right? Should we change to do something sane? A new water heater? Oh man, that sucks. That's quite a lot of money for a water heater. Mine is from 1975 and it's still working. It might not be the most efficient thing, but don't fuck with it if it's not broken. What do you have to do, Riz? What do you got going on? Let's focus on that instead. Man, the number of times I've like missing work because the boiler man is coming around. That's something that many people can relate to. I got the boiler man coming over. Issues with the boiler. The bottom is rusted and leaking. Well, it's the right stream for it. Please do cool that. I really want to hear how that pans out, right? I think you could, because it's very bespoke, but you could make a generic library for sharing byte payloads between applications using that. You could probably write quite a fun wrapper around it. I don't know how the .NET side of things would work, but can you maybe load code, Rust code in .NET? Like you would be able to, yeah, you should be able to link a dynamic library written in .NET, right? What's a boiler? A reason to stay home from work. All right, come on, you gotta give me something to work with here. What are we gonna do next, right? Otherwise I get nothing done, and I don't know, right? Okay, well, I had the tree thing that I was looking at, okay? So we're supposed to use, well, we're not supposed to do anything. I'm supposed to use this, right? Yeah, I'd imagine that you could compile a dynamic library in Rust, and in Windows that would output a DLL, right? A dynamically linked library that you could just import into your C# code. Who knows, please? A 3-round word game for brain. What word game should we do? Oh, I don't want to do word games. We could do a game doll if someone redeems game doll. Just, yeah, of course, right? It has to be done. Oh, look at that. How convenient. Let's play game doll, everyone. This one is hard. All right, we had no issues with that one. Okay. I don't know if I know this game. Oh, I need to know. I'm just gonna guess Rogue Legacy. I don't know what any of this is. What the hell is that? Oh, I don't know what this is. We're just gonna skip this. That looks like something from like that Pinky and the Brain or whatever, right? Rayman? Oh, Rayman. Which one? Yeah, oh, I had no idea. I mean, okay, yeah, the shoe looks familiar. I had no idea though. Not sure which Rayman. Origins. Gloves. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do another one. Now we've done. This was today, you fool. All right, fine. We're not doing it. Oh man, I did not know that it was Raymond. I think I tried one of them, one of the earlier ones, and there was a new one on PS4, well, newer, but I never really got into it. The wife tried it as well, but she wasn't hooked either. Oh no, Raymond is like super old. It's up there with James Pond, right? Do you guys remember James Pond? You playing like a codfish or whatever? It was like, this is like a really old game. Codename Robocod. That's the one. There you go, right? So I think like original Rayman is roughly around the same time. It's, I think you have it on the Amiga as well, right? This is the one that came out on PS4 and the likes. Really? Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there was no Amiga release for Rayman. I thought there was. 1995. What happened to my mouse? It just went flying across the screen. Atari ST. I don't remember which James Pond I played. The one where you can go like really... You push a button and you get really tall, I think. Oh man, I don't care for N64 at all. I think Nintendo 64 sucks. Alright. Oh, that's why it went flying. Oh shit. There's nothing on the Nintendo 64 that I care for today. All right. I think everything in Nintendo 64 sucks. All right. Now that I alienated half of you, let's see. Where are we going to go with this then, right? Oh, man. That is pretty boss. That is pretty boss. Did you just do a bunny stare down? I wish. But I'm taking the bunny down here tonight. I'm building up a little bunny habitat down here to see if he's going to be happier being here. I'm gonna go and buy some bunny toys now with my kid. So let's just raid someone. Let's bail on the stream, okay? Because I'm being completely useless in all kinds of ways, right? We're just gonna pass you guys over to Kuverman, who is doing, as long as he's rusting, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go and buy bunny toys. Thank you all for those of you who subscribed today as well, because that really helps. Especially with the bunny. We might get a bunny cam tomorrow. I don't know where to place it. Maybe over here. Maybe I try to get something done and don't have chat on screen. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Especially thank you to those of you who dropped a fistful of gift subs. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. I see you guys tomorrow. Stream every day until Halloween. Bye for now.